Hey everyone, you are welcome to the maiden edition of Comm Unplugged. This is the production of the Department of Mass Communication right here in Federal Polytechnic, Bali. I'm Ajayi David Oluwatoyosi. I am your host. Now, I'm not going to do it alone. I won't be the one telling you everything about the Department of Mass Communication. I have with me in the house the professionals, the lecturers, and the pioneer staff of the Department of Mass Communication, Federal Polytechnic, Bali. Starting from the TV unit, the person heading there is...
My name is Suleiman Mohamed Dauda. I head the TV unit.
All right. We also have the radio unit headed by...
My name is Jallo Yabuba. I head the radio unit.
All right. There is also the photography and photojournalism unit. It is headed by...
Comrade Joseph Sunday.
All right. We also have the print medium. You know, you cannot do without the newspaper and the likes of them like that. It is headed by...
Ibrahim Said Ladi.
All right.
In the print media.
Okay. There is also one aspect that you might not anticipate, but because of the high standard Department of Mass Communication, we still have it. We have the language and the linguistics department.
My name is Abubakar Abdullah Abakar, the head of language and linguistics.
All right. The host has not introduced everybody in total. We also have the head of the Department of Mass Communication sitting right next to me.
Good morning all. My name is Muhammad Kabir Hassan, the head of Mass Communication Department, Federal Polytechnic, Bali.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you once again for joining us on Comm Unplugged. Like I said, I will not be telling you everything about the department. So we have everyone heading the unit to tell you about what is done in their unit, what equipment they have, and how it is going to benefit the students. So I'm going to be starting from Mr. Suleiman, the head of the television unit, to tell us what he wants to tell us about the television unit of the Department of Mass Communication.
Well, here with us in the studio, I think we have a state-of-the-art equipment.
Wow.
Ranging from the studio cameras, professional cameras, we have the studio lighting, we have the control room, and we also have the editing suite.
Wow.
This is not just a classroom demo.
Wow.
It's going to be a real equipment that will uplift the standards of the institution. And also, when we start with our first set of students, I think the student will not just learn the theoretical aspect of journalism. I think they will be behind those cameras or sitting in the the anchor chair, directing live programs.
Wow. So from what you have said, it invariably means that we should be prepared to compete with TVC, Al Jazeera, and BBC.
That's what.
Oh, that's a very interesting one. That's an interesting one. Okay, so we also have the radio unit headed by Mr. Jallo. Mr. Jallo will be telling us what it entails in the radio unit. And if you are just listening, you would have observed that today in the morning there was a live test run broadcast from the radio station. I listened to it on air this morning. So Mr. Jallo, you are going to be telling us how the radio station works, the radio unit works, and what we should expect from there.
All right, thank you. From the radio unit, we have a fully equipped radio studio with mixer consoles, broadcast mics, the editing softwares. So when our students they come in, we'll train them on transmission, that is presentation, production, continuity, and a lot more. That is a practical aspect to blend the theories. And you know, we have a full station waiting to just activate and we run it.
Wow, that's a very nice one. I can concur to that because I listened to the test run broadcast this morning. So I think it's intriguing that we have the first FM station in Bali. Wow, that is a development for Federal Polytechnic Bali and the Bali community as a whole. All right, I think without wasting much time, we'll go to Mr. Joseph to tell us what we have in the photo studio and how it will benefit the students.
Good morning, Mr. Ajay.
Thank you.
I want to comment on the photojournalism and photography unit of the Federal Polytechnic Department. So we have a lot of equipment here, and you cannot underestimate the importance of photography and visual storytelling in the communication process. It plays a vital role. If you could recall from the 1993 when a journalist from South Africa, Kevin Carter, he captured a story that catches the attention of the whole world, where the vulture was watching for the little girl starving during the famine in Sudan, for her to die so that he will not take the little girl and consume her. So it catches the attention of the whole people from the world. It draws the attention of people who come together to get their aid, to assist people who are farming in Sudan. So photography plays a lot of role in the process of communication aspect. So we have the equipment, the studio is there, professional cameras are there, editing software such like the Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop. We have the backdrops, which is the wallpapers and the backgrounds. We also have the foregrounds, which plays a role in beautifying the environment where all these productions take place. So these are more that we have, and I believe by the time we have our students on ground, they will learn their hands on all the equipment and will become professionals in their future endeavors.
Wow, 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 that is intriguing. So it means we now have a photo studio in Bali.
Yes.
Different from the ones in Comm.
Yes.
So when Mr. Joseph and his students begin, invariably people from town can come to take their pictures, but it's not free.
Yes.
Or will you snap me for free?
No.
Okay. It will cost a lot.
Yes.
Okay, let me prepare with my makeup artist so that they can take care of me and I can take a very intriguing photo.
Yes.
All right, let's move ahead to the print media. Mr. Mijindadi, tell us about the print unit.
All right, thanks for the honor. Naturally, you see, there is no way you can discuss journalism, without mentioning the print.
Okay.
In fact, the print happens to be the space setter of the modern journalism that we have today. All right. Like I've said earlier, that the introduction of mass communication in Federal Polytechnic Bali will be one of the greatest things to have happened to this institution, where experts in writing and communication will be produced. Yes, naturally we all communicate.
Of course.
But it takes a communication expert to understand the rudiments in communication. So communication will not just be effective without some consideration. And then we department, by next year, hopefully, we are hoping to prepare writers across the institution that we actually contribute to impact to the society, where writers will be producing different bits, and then we also have we're also planning to have our social media platforms too, that we will be making the publications, periodic publications concerning the academic and the non-academic activities within the school. I think the coming of this department, especially on this print aspect, is going to improve the writing skills and then the writing ability of the students. And the printing studio is also on progress. We are hoping to put it in order very soon. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you are trying to tell us in essence that even if the school cannot produce a newspaper, it invariably means that even if your students are trained and they take their stories to a newspaper outlet, it is publishable.
Of course.
Wow. This is a very intriguing development for the school. I think this is a plus to the school and to the Bali community as a whole. This will be a way to publicize Bali. At least it will not be hidden any longer when we can go all over the internet, go into print and the likes of it. All right, finally, before the HOD speaks, Mr. Abubakar, you are going to tell us about how, because it is, some persons will wonder what is the business of language and linguistics, so it's supposed to be in English. In English. What is it doing in Department of Mass Communication? So tell us what it is that you are doing from your end.
So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Language is the primary tools of mass communication. This is because it enables the media to inform, to educate and to entertain, and even to influence the society. let me say you can have a best camera, then you can also have the best video. But if the language is weak, or if the language if the language is weak, it can't communicate appropriately.
Of course.
That is to say, you cannot use camera to write a script. You cannot also use microphone to fix or to detect grammatical errors.
Wow,
this is the function of a linguist, to go through the written script, to observe the use of mechanical accuracy, and so on and so forth. You cannot separate language and communication. Thank you very much.
All right, so invariably you are telling us no language, no communication, and no communication, there's no society. So invariably without language, there's no society, because language is what connects to the middleman, which is communication, and to the society. Wow, that's an interesting one. Okay, we have heard from the lecturers in the Department of Mass Communication. Now let us hear from the head of department to tell us and put everything together, give us a synergy of what is going to happen from the department as a whole. We have heard from bits and bits. Let us hear the head of department tell us everything together.
Thank you, Mr. Jai David. To start with, let me corroborate from where Musa Bakar stops.
Okay.
As we all know, where there is no language, there won't be communication.
Of course.
And where there is no communication, there won't be society. And then I want you all to remember that you cannot not
communicate.
You cannot not
communicate. Paul was
you're all welcome.
Thank you, sir.
This is a happy moment. This is our dream for a long time.
Yes, sir.
And as you can see, it has come to reality. I would like to start by thanking Almighty Allah, and secondly, the school management, particularly Director Dr. Muhammad Usman and the Director of Fiscal Planning, Engineer Umar Yakubu Abba. These people stood firmly to ensure that what we are seeing now comes into being. If you look at the requirement for the establishment of mass communication department, it's something which is very expensive. We thank God that their effort through linking with the telephone, we have had what we are seeing today. And remember, sometimes it is not just having the equipment as mentioned,
of course,
but having the right equipment doing the right task. So these people went as far as getting what is needed, the right materials, the right equipment, and we have them. In fact, as we went round, or you can even go around, I think if it is in Taraba or Northeast, hardly could you get a federal polytechnic or a state polytechnic or university with the required equipment according to either NUC or NBTE.
Wow.
So what we have on ground now is even more than the requirement of the NBTE.
Wow.
I have checked through the list. I have seen everything that is being brought. I have compared what the NBT required and what is on ground. In fact, there are other equipment that are not even requested, but since it works in the studio, they have supplied it. So I think as pioneer head of department, I am very glad for having the department being established. We are just waiting for the final approval by the NBT, which is coming soon, and then hopefully we will be expecting students in the next academic session 2026, 2027, who may be coming for ND programs. And then this very roundtable discussion is aimed at not talking the department, but showing the department.
Wow.
Because as the head of department, I will not go around and be telling people that I have Musa Jalo, I have Musa Jai, that people will think you are talking. But this is showing they have seen, they have to believe. So it's not only the polytechnic community, the prospective students are expected to go through this via our YouTube or Facebook handle to see things for themselves. I think you are also ready to showcase,
of course,
so that seeing should be what? Believing. So our task here is not only to show, but we believe that if you look at the objectives of polytechnics, they are technically inclined, and they focus on hands-on educating pattern, not theoretical. When you come here, you will talk about camera in the class, we take you to the studio, you see the camera, you touch the camera, you use the camera, you see the output. And this become real life training. So I think we are all set for that. And then as the studios are available, you have heard from all of them. They will conduct you around to see for yourselves. And then if you are far or near, this is federal setup. You don't have any boundary. You can even come from international community. So as we are here, even from our setup, we come from north, south, west. You understand? So students can come from everywhere because this is federal institutions. So if you are in Lagos and you decide to study mass comm in Federal Polytechnic, you can get the knowledge, if not equal, but almost with that which you can get in Lagos. Because the equipment are there, then the personnel are there. So I think that is what it takes. And then for our appearances, no one need to be told that we are more than ready for them.
Of course we
so
are.
I think that one is not something that needs to be overemphasized.
Yes.
So we don't want to talk all. This one, we just said what we can say. But once they come, they will now be the one saying or doing. Then in that case, people will be able to benefit. So this is not just a long moment of saying. It's just an introductory aspect of it. We are just running the radio, the television studio, and then we showcase other things that are ready for now. We have all the equipment, like the photo that you are talking about. We have everything. We have fixed some, we are finishing some. So all in all, before we even come to the time of admission, everything must have been tested and ready for you. So this is not something we are doubting. So we just need the cooperation of the school community and beyond, then ourselves to inform those who are far and near. We are going to display the social media handles that you can get us through. Then from there, you can get us anywhere you are. Then you see for yourself, then you make the decision. Thank you.
Wow, that is exhaustive. That is actually telling us in details what the department is about. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard from the professionals, you have heard from the head of the department. The department is ready for you any day, anytime. So please, in case you have registered for JAMB and you chose another institution, you still have the leverage to actually do a change of institution. And even if you have applied for another course because you thought that we do not have mass communication department, please go and do your change of course and come to the Department of Mass Communication, Federal Polytechnic Bali. As the HOD rightly said, we possibly, in fact, we are so sure that there will be admission of students into the department for the ND program, God willing, by January. So nothing will hinder it. So please ensure that you do what is needed so that you can join us in Department of Mass Communication. Anywhere you are, our Facebook is Department of Mass Communication, Federal Polytechnic Bali, and our YouTube and other social media platforms will come up. Please ensure to always like, share, and comment on our post, because from time to time you would always come across our our stories on your FYP. Please, Department of Mass Communication loves you, and we want you to be a part of us in as much as we also decide to be a part of you. All right, we are going to be ending this episode of Masscom Unplugged at this stage. See you in the next episode of Masscom Unplugged. I remain your host, Ajayi David Oluwatoyosi. Bye bye.
See you next time.